Hey folks, breezy, warm across the valley this afternoon. Temperatures climbing up to around 80 in many locations. 83 right now in Rio Grande City. Edinburgh's 80. Everybody else in the 70s at this hour, including Port Isabella 75, Brownsville 77. Our dew points are up quite a bit from the last couple of days, now back in the 50s and even low 60s when you get close to the coast. We'll put the average on the Muggy meter at 57, so we're still comfortable. Remember, just yesterday it was in the 40s, and the day before dew points were down in the 30s, so you can feel the moisture level coming up. You feel the humidity starting to come up, and I think tomorrow until our front gets here may come up even more. Now, let's look at our lows tonight. Warmest we've seen in the last 3 or 4 nights. Low 60s, upper 50s, a very mild night across the region, certainly above average for this time of year. And then tomorrow, a front is going to come through, but before the cooler air gets here, it's going to warm up again. Temperatures back to 80 plus in the west, 70s in the east, a warm afternoon across the valley once again, even with a northwesterly wind. It's a Pacific air mass coming through behind this front, so it's going to take a little while for the cooler air to get here. So we're 80 tomorrow, well above the seasonal norm. But then Friday, you start to feel the impact, 67, back to 71 on Saturday, another push on Sunday, cools things off a little bit once again, and then next week our chance of rain sneaks its way back into the forecast. Doppler quiet today, picking up nothing but sugarcane burns. Let's watch. Tonight, patchy clouds show up, and by morning it's overcast, but then the front comes through, and then it just turns windy and warm tomorrow afternoon. So until that front pushes in, there'll be a lot of clouds around. Don't think there'll be any showers except maybe offshore. Over land, it should be dry. And then tomorrow night into Friday, the wind dies down a little bit, but the chillier air builds in. So Friday, sun-filled again, but at least a little bit cooler. You saw the highs on Friday only in the 60s rather than near 80 like what we're going to see tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine Saturday as well. We see no rain through at least Saturday, probably through Sunday. Maybe late Monday. That's the first chance we see for any light rain and drizzle, and I think there's a good chance then on Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll look at the 7-day rain chances coming up in the next half hour. In the meantime, a few showers showing up out in West Texas this afternoon. That's the big storm system that caused all the problems in California, working its way eastward, and here it comes. That front kind of oriented north to south, so it'll come through here before it gets to Houston because of the orientation of it, and that'll be in the morning, so the winds will shift, drier air will build in, secondary surge of cooler air comes in behind that, so Friday's cooler, high pressure builds on top of us, eventually kind of fades, another high builds in from the north, kind of a secondary surge of cooler air on Sunday. That cools us off a little bit more for the second half of the weekend. Another front late Monday into Tuesday will cool us off quite a bit. This is tomorrow in the morning. If you're traveling northward, 50s across a lot of Texas, 40s and 30s in the west. And while we'll recover to near 80, most of Texas won't get anywhere near that. Only 41 tomorrow afternoon in Dallas, so take a coat if you're traveling northward. So tonight, a mild evening. Clouds show up later on, a low of 62. Then tomorrow back up to 80. Clouds early, but then windy and warm. Winds out of the northwest tomorrow, 12 to 25, and probably picking up again tomorrow night. There, next 3 days, 80, 67, 71, 66 on Sunday. For MLK Day on Monday, you're looking at 70 with still some sunshine. But then look at Tuesday and Wednesday. Showers show up and a pretty decent chance of rain. And look at Wednesday, a high of only 56 with a low back in the 30s. That is your updated First Warn 5 forecast.